Good evening, everyone. Hope you've had a great day today. It's now about 7:25, so I imagine most of you are starting to wind down from the rest of the day. And I'm kind of ramping up a little bit more. And the reason I say that is because I wanted to save this particular Facebook Live training for, I guess, right around dinner time. Now, some of you may have eaten already, some of you may have not, but I wanted to jump on here and say, and share a secret with you, so to speak, and I use that word facetiously because it really is not a big secret, that any successful health and fitness program, especially when we're talking about nutritional plans, they're successful because they only have to work once. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. How many times have you heard this? Because Lord knows I have, and I've experienced it myself. Is somebody tells me I'm doing this particular diet, I'm doing low carb or whatever it may be, because I've lost weight on it before. I've had people tell me that many times over the past few years, and I have to tell them, well, there's a reason why you're having to do it over and over again, because it only works halfway. It only works to lose the weight, but is it sustainable enough to keep the weight off? And that's what makes it successful. A successful weight loss plan, you go to it, you get the desired result, but it's also, thanks Tulip for deciding to shake in the background. This is what happens when you go live. And that was Tulip, by the way. A successful weight loss program works once because you lose the weight, you gain the desired result, and you're able to sustain it moving forward, meaning you don't go back to square one again. And what I mean by that is if you follow a particular diet plan and you want to lose, say, 50 pounds, and you lose those 50 pounds, but then a year from now, you come back to me and say, I need to lose weight, so I'm going on that diet again. Well, there's a reason why you're having to go back on that diet to lose weight, because you gained it all back and then some. That's what I'm talking about here. So here's what you do instead. I say this, facetiously, calling it a secret, quote unquote, because it's not a real big secret. You have to find a plan, and simplifying it is the best way to go about doing it. A simple plan that's going to allow you to gain the desired result and then continue to build off that plan moving forward. So it's no longer a plan, it's merely a lifestyle. I've talked about this with clients all the time. When you're talking about any sort of health and fitness plan, a diet especially, you're talking about something that has a begin date and an end date with a desired result before that end date arrives, or when that end date arrives. But what happens after that? A lot of times what happens after that is what happened to me many times over. It was, I gained the weight all back again, because what I followed was short term for a reason. It had a specific begin date and end date, because it's about how long I could stay on it. It was about how long I could sustain it, if I was lucky. If I lost the weight, if I wanted to lose 20, 30 pounds and I did it in 6 months, and I was able to maintain that particular health and fitness plan for 6 months, that's about the shelf life for it. I wasn't going to be able to continue down that road on that same plan year after year after year. So either I had to come up with something else, or I ended up doing what I ended up always doing, and that was just going back to my bad habits and gaining all the way back again. So again, a success, I can't emphasize this enough. If you're trying to lose weight yet again, if you have a desired, weight loss goal in mind, and you're going back to the plans that you've used previously, it's time to find another plan. Because there's a reason why you've gone to that well over and over and over again because that well is dry. It worked for you short term, but the idea is to find something that you only have to use once and then just maintain it and sustain it moving forward in reality for the rest of your life. And if you can do that, guess what, folks? You only have to lose that weight once. And what's harder than having to lose that weight once? Having to lose it twice and 3 times and 4 times and on and on and on. I lost track of how many times I lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight. If I had just found a plan that I could follow that was simple enough, effective enough, and one I can build off of, and it was manageable, I wouldn't be sitting here sharing those types of stories with you now because they wouldn't have happened. I would have had a successful run at it from day one. So again, once, focus on what can I do that I only have to do once, which means start now and continue for the rest of your life and gain the results that you want, the success that you want, and the quality of life that you want. Appreciate your time as always, folks. You have a great rest of the night.